The deep blue sea is almost an alien world to us. Sure, we sail on it, swim in it, and occasionally give it free oil. You know, 'cause we're so nice. But it's still a big, wet mystery. We've discovered less than 5% of our oceans, and even that small amount has revealed some amazing things. So imagine how much else there is out there. Mysterious circles. In the mid-90s, Japanese divers began spotting beautiful geometric circle shapes on the seafloor, about 2 meters across. But rather than being underwater crop circles, it turns out they're male pufferfish Tinder profiles. The males create these circular forms, and then the females come to inspect them, choosing a mate on some mysterious criteria. Sand shapes may not work for male humans, but writing "I make excellent sushi and can grow an extra 40% is a pretty killer Tinder profile. Deepest cave. Krzysztof Starnowski led a diving expedition right into the middle of Europe, far from any oceans or lakes, but he still discovered the deepest underwater cave. The Hronika Abyss is a flooded limestone formation in the Czech Republic and is 404 meters deep. Starnowski went so far down, he had to spend 6 hours in a decompression chamber, and even that wasn't far enough, so a robot was used to finish off the exploration. They found fallen trees at the bottom, which didn't come through the opening, suggesting this cave had changed shape at some point. Freaks of the deep. No underwater discovery list would be complete without at least one of the bizarre creatures that inhabit the ocean depths. Many ancient myths from sailors turned out to be based on real creatures. Mermaids were manatees, the Kraken was a giant squid, and SpongeBob was an actual sponge. At the hub, our favorite is the Dumbo octopus. They're like the pugs of the deep sea, with stubby little legs and a pair of flappy fins that look like ears. Because life down there is tough, the females have to carry eggs at all stages of development. They also store sperm for a long time, so they can fertilize eggs only when conditions are perfect. Peručac Lake. This beautiful artificial lake in Serbia hid a horrifying secret for many years. The lake was created when they dammed the Drina River to create hydroelectric power, and it became a popular fishing destination. But since 2001, when around 60 bodies were found on the shore, we've realized it was used as a dumping ground for those killed in the Visegrad massacres. This was a series of mass killings of Bosnian people by the Serbian police. Although around 400 people have been found, mostly when the reservoir was drained in 2010 to make repairs, some estimates say there may be almost 2,000 bodies down there. Sunken silver. The SS Gersapo was a British merchant ship that was sunk off the Irish coast by the Nazis in 1941 while carrying a precious cargo from India to Britain. And there it stayed for over 70 years, since it sat 2.9 miles below the surface. In 2012, a Florida Marine Discovery Company was contacted by the British government. They managed to haul up 48 tons of silver, worth about $38 million today. There could be another 200 tons of it still down there, so grab your flippers and go on that Irish beach holiday you always dreamed of. Thonis Heracleion. 2,000 years ago, an earthquake tumbled a whole city from the coast of Egypt into the Mediterranean. The city of Heracleion was on the coast of Egypt, and it's said that Helen of Troy and Paris were stranded there before the Trojan War. The city was rediscovered in the 2000s when divers recovered a large fragment of rock that came from a statue. They looked for more and found it was the statue of the fertility goddess Hapi, which had looked out onto the sea. The find enabled historians to prove that the ancient city Thonos was in fact Heracleion, just with the Egyptian name. Silfra. Iceland is like a beautiful alien world with volcanoes and weird rock formations. It also has a very special diving spot. At Silfra, you can dive into the cold water and put one hand on Europe and the other on America, making you the meat in a continental sandwich. The visibility is also extremely high since it's some of the cleanest natural water you'll come across. It melts from the nearby glacier and is then filtered through the tiny holes of the lava rock. Many divers have enjoyed a refreshing drink from this Atlantic crack. Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism sounds like a death metal band, but it's actually a piece of corroded bronze machinery that is a bit of an archaeological puzzle. We've had it since 1901 when it was found on a Roman shipwreck, but it was only relatively recently that we realized what it was. We believe it was created to calculate the position of astronomical cycles, but the quality of the technology, as well as the accuracy it must have been made with, seemed far beyond civilization at that time. The mechanism has an instruction manual carved into the side containing a series of detailed inscriptions. So, we took that part off and stuck it in a drawer with some loose screws and an unidentified key. That's what you do with instructions, right? Giant lemurs. Lemurs are stripy-tailed primates native to Madagascar. Even though they are super cute, their names actually come from the Latin lemures, which means ghost or spirit, thanks to their cousin the loris, which was only seen at night. And these ancient ghosts were discovered at the bottom of a water-filled Avon cave a few years ago. An amazing collection of skeletons were preserved there, and among them were giant lemurs who would have been as big as gorillas. Who's cute now, huh? Yonaguni Monument. There's a lot of discussion over what has been found near the Ryukyu Islands in Japan. The Yonaguni Monument is a series of geometric shapes such as columns, walls, and star shapes. And all of these are made out of rock resting on the seafloor. There's also markings scratched into the sides. The question is, are they natural, man-made, or evidence of an empire of super smart crabs? Some think the sandstone just cracked naturally thanks to Japan's high rate of earthquakes. The walls could just be where some horizontal rocks collapsed and fell, landing vertically. The scratches could just be regular wear and tear. Others say that there are too many of these shapes to be natural, and it must be a city lost some 3,000 years ago. But no one has said anything about the crab thing yet, so it might be a conspiracy. Who knows what else we'll find in the depths? What do you think is down there?